everyone, welcome back to my channel at Maiora. So today we're going to talk about English grammar again, and this is the first video of a very short series of lessons, 5 lessons, which will actually talk about a very wide and large topic. You have been asking me for this topic, for this explanation, for a very long time now, so I've decided to start with this first video, and then also to make other videos to try and help you out with this topic, which is, I know, very difficult for non-native speakers in general. I'm talking about the phrasal verbs. Yes, we know that phrasal verb means a verb and a preposition, and the same verb can be followed by different prepositions and change completely its meaning, okay? And there are so many. There is an incredible variety of phrasal verbs. This is why it will be impossible and probably useless to give you a very long list of any possible phrasal verb existing here on YouTube. This is not necessary. This is not useful for you too, because you don't need a dictionary. You already have a dictionary. You can find dictionaries online. You don't need me to be a dictionary. You need me to help you finding out a way to get oriented and to select what is important and what isn't, maybe, and to study step by step, okay, in order to learn step by step, because just staring at this huge amount of phrasal verbs is quite frustrating and it won't help anyone. So we'll start with small groups of phrasal verbs, 20, okay, in each single video, in each single tutorial, 20 of them. I'll try to put, okay, the same verbs together, okay, if they have the same verb, maybe with different prepositions, so it's easier for you to remind them, to remember them. Obviously, some of you will write, oh my god, there are so many others, there are other prepositions that are possible, or that are sometimes connected with that verb or whatever. Now, I know, but this is a disclaimer, okay? This is not the purpose of this video, okay? To tell you every single possible phrasal verb. This is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to let you know which phrasal verbs are more commonly used, are almost necessary to know, in order to understand other people when talking, because we know the phrasal verbs sometimes are quite generic. It's difficult to translate them if you don't really know them. And if you want to upgrade your English, to improve your English a little, phrasal verbs are extremely important. I'll make an example. It is perfectly fine in English to say, I'll continue. This is perfectly fine. It exists. It's correct. I would say that a native speaker would never use this word. They would rather say, I go on, or I carry on, depending on the context, okay? So we can say that phrasal verbs are important to sound more English, okay? To speak like, or as much as possible actually, but to speak as a native speaker would actually speak, and to improve your English. I know they're difficult, but they are necessary actually. Then obviously there is such a wide variety that there are some phrasal verbs which are extremely formal, other verbs which are complete slang maybe, other verbs are specific for a certain environment or a topic or whatever, or some other phrasal verbs are just colloquial or are spoken just in a specific area. We are not interested in all of them, okay? Not at this stage. At the moment, it is important to start and learn the most common ones. So now we'll get started with the first 20, okay, phrasal verbs. The first one, To be made up. So the phrasal verb is actually make up. With make up, well, use it, women use makeup, okay, to look prettier. And actually, it's quite ironic if you consider this, the meaning of this phrasal verb. To be made up actually means to be invented, to be imaginary, to be fake. Okay, so I can easily hear or use a sentence like this. Yes, I've read that article, or I heard that story on TV, but no, it's fake. It's completely made up. So it means it's not true. Okay, it's completely invented. Again, to make up something means invent something, but it is often, I can say it's almost always used in a passive form. Then, second phrasal verb, to be off. To be off. To be off means to leave. Examples also in this case, I'm, I don't know, at the party, at a meeting, or well, whatever you want, and I say, it's time for me to be off. So it's time for me to leave. To go away. Go away. Okay, that's another phrasal verb actually, to go away. Okay, to be off means to leave. Very commonly used. Now let's see the verb to blow. To blow is usually used when we talk about wind, air, and so on and so on. Whistling or similar. Blowing in the Wind's beautiful song. Now, blow, the verb to blow has many different prepositions that can be actually used in a phrasal verb. I will not mention all of them. I will mention only 3 of them, well actually 4. There's a little spin-off here, which are the most commonly used, okay, in standard English, we can say so. First one, to blow down. To blow down means to knock over something. An example, while I'm walking in the rain with my umbrella, and suddenly there's a strong wind, and I can say, oh well, the wind blew down my umbrella, okay, knocked over it. There is a slightly different verb, which is phrasal verb, which is to blow away. It means knock over again, but it also means that that thing is also carried off. Well, carry off, that's another good phrasal verb anyway. An example, there was this strong wind or a hurricane. The hurricane blew away the roof, so the roof was actually removed and carried off and carried away, okay? So that's the meaning, it's stronger. In both cases it is a violent action, it's an accident, but the second case, blow away, this is more serious, okay, it is more violent. Then, to blow out. To blow out means to extinguish. To extinguish something that has to do obviously with fire, especially candles normally. It's quite normal to say blew out the candle, please. So blew out the candle, kill the candle, they also say. Okay. Kill the candle means the same thing. Okay, to extinguish the fire of the candle. Okay, that's the meaning. So to blow out. Another meaning, which is almost opposite, is blew up. Blew up means to explode. Okay, so blew out was to extinguish something, and blew up means exploding. Example here: I watched the building blow up. I was there, I was watching the building while it was exploding. Then again, another verb, to break. Quite common verb, also in this case many possible prepositions. I have chosen 2 of them. most common ones, break up and break down. So break up means to disintegrate something, but it is also used, especially used when we're talking about couples, and it means that the couple separates, basically. It's quite normal to say the couple broke up last month or something, okay, in order to mean they're not together anymore, basically. Breakdown means something else. It means stop working, basically. An example here, the car broke down, I don't know, on the highway, so basically it didn't work anymore. But actually breakdown can also mean having psychological, emotional crisis, okay? In fact, we can say breakdown is an emotional distress, so we can say so. So we can easily say, I don't know, she broke down. It doesn't mean that she didn't work anymore. It means that she actually started crying, maybe, okay? She was desperate. She was crying, she was maybe screaming, okay? She was in a total distress, okay? That's the meaning of the verb to break down. Then again, number 8, to bring up. Bring up means to raise. In two different ways or meanings. You can raise a subject, for example, during the meeting he brought up that specific topic, okay, so he wanted to talk about that subject. It could also mean to raise a child, okay, so the mother brought up her child by herself or whatever, okay, it means raising a child too. Catch up. Catch up has both factual and a figurative meaning. To catch up means to join, to reach, to go as fast as someone else. It is used in situations like, well, I'm working on something, you are going away, or you have to go away. I tell you, okay, you can go there, and then we catch up, or I'll catch you up at the restaurant. So I will join you, okay, I will arrive later and join you, okay, that's the meaning. Or again, we can also use it in a figurative way. Maybe I've been abroad, or I was on a holiday or something, and I'm not updated. Okay, I don't know the news. I need to catch up. Okay, obviously in this case I need to join, not physically joining you, but reaching your level of knowledge of the news or what happened while I was away. That's the meaning, to catch up. So that's basically the meaning. Okay, it's quite colloquial if we use it in this last way. Okay, so yes, we meet and talk, and so I catch up. Okay, so basically I will know the news, or we'll catch up. Okay, we'll meet. Again, number 10, calm down. Calm down may also be a piece of advice. So calm down, so don't panic. It is also a verb with an object. I can calm down. Calm down somebody means that I am trying to do something to make him relax, okay, to make him calmer or her calmer, obviously. Then there is the verb call. Also in this case there are many possible prepositions with the verb to call. I have picked only 3 of them: call back, call in, and call off. completely different meanings actually. So call back means to return a call, a phone call. Okay, an example here, I'll call you back by noon. It means that you have already called me and I need you to call you back, so to basically to return you the call. I will do it by noon. This is something we use a lot actually in our in our everyday life, but also at work, maybe in offices. Okay, he or she will call you back. Then call in. Call in has two different meanings. Basically it should mean to summon someone. For example, the mom called in the children for dinner. Okay, in this case she summoned her children to go to have dinner. But especially in British English, it also means to visit someone, they, I don't know, my friends, my parents, relatives, called in today and we had a tea. I wrote we had a tea because it's a very British English. Okay, so that was quite appropriate. Okay, they called in, so they visited us, basically. Okay, and maybe Americans would go on and say, and they slept over. To sleep over means to stay, okay, by someone at someone's home, to sleep for the night. Well, that was another phrasal verb anyway. Call in, it exists also call out. I have written the preposition here. It's not as common as call in, but it exists. It is used with two different meanings. One of them is to call someone. It's almost the opposite. Call in means I'm summoning someone. In this case, I'm calling someone out of the place where he is. For example, I don't know, my child was ill, I called out the doctor. Okay, so I asked him to get out and visit my child. That's one option. The other option is quite figurative. If you don't know, you can't actually imagine that. It means to defy, to challenge someone. This is just another meaning. Not so common, but it exists. And then this one is very common, to call off. Actually, we should write here to be called off, because it is used almost always in the passive form. So it means to cancel, or better, to be cancelled. The event was called off due to bad weather. Whatever you prefer here. So the event was called off, it was cancelled, okay, due to, because of, and then I got the reason. Again, carry. Carry is also a very common verb with many prepositions. I have picked two of them, very common ones. Carry on, well, I've mentioned it at the very beginning of this video. I remember I said, okay, it is perfectly correct to say I continue, but it is much more used by native speakers. The phrasal verb is much more used by native speakers. I carry on, okay, or I go on, but actually they mean slightly different things. To carry on means to continue. Like, for example, the teacher told us to carry on with the exercise, even if, so I suppose that there was something, a problem or something going on, but the teacher told us to carry on with our exercise. Well, nevertheless, the teacher told us to carry on in spite of something. Carry on has a strong meaning, much stronger than going on. maybe, I don't know, she was living in a very, I don't know, in a very poor environment, but she decided she could actually carry on with her life, with her family. So it means that she's making sort of an effort. So carry on has also the meaning of not giving up. It is used also in motivational sentences. Carry on, don't give up. So it's stronger than just go on, okay, which is more, it's neutral, okay. And then carry out. Carry out means to perform something. Sometimes also quite something official, or like, for example, the firefighters carried out a very difficult rescue in the mountains or whatever. So carried out, so they could perform this difficult thing. Again, the verb to check. Check in, check out. Okay, check in, check out. Check in is quite easy. We are quite used to this word, especially if we travel, especially if we are used to airports or whatever. The check-in is a sort of a quite common moment in our life. Check-in basically means to register. It is used also when you arrive at a hotel and you register and you sign your papers and leave your papers and you can go to your room. So the correct form here is in the example here. What time may we check in to our hotel room? What time, obviously, I'm asking here, may we check in to? That to is often, well, it is often a mistake. People tend to write for, check in for our hotel room. No, it's wrong. We have to use to our hotel room. Then obviously I can check in, I can register my luggage, obviously. I'm at the airport, this is quite natural, it's something we know. Then we tend to use also the opposite version, which is check out, which is now quite used, obviously, because it's the contrary, okay, of checking in. But actually, the verb check out means something different, because check out means to verify something, to investigate something. There is a variety of different ways to use it. Maybe you are telling me that something's wrong or you don't understand something. I say, okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out for you. It means I will go and verify and control. Or eventually, I am going to London and you know the city very well and you tell me, oh, you should actually go and see this thing or visit this other place or go to that restaurant. I say, okay, I'll check it out. It means that I'll give it a try. Okay, I go and I will follow your advice in this case. Or check out can actually mean investigate. So this is something that the police may do, okay, in order to solve a case, to check out, to proper investigate on something, okay. That's the original meaning of check out, checking out. Then it is also used as the opposite form of checking in, but this is the original and the standard and correct use of this verb here. Then, 3 verbs with up, okay, cheer up, clean up, clear up. Cheer up, it can also be, as I said before, calm down, it can also be a piece of advice, so cheer up, and I'm saying don't be sad, okay, but it can also be a proper verb with a proper object, so I'm doing something to make someone happier. I'm doing this to cheer him up, okay? Then again, clean up. Clean up means to remove dirt, obviously. This is something we can tend to say in sentences like this. We clean up, we have to clean up, we will clean up before the guests arrive. So I'm not just cleaning up an object or a specific place, but it means that I am generally cleaning up my house. Okay, that's the meaning. And finally, clear up. Clear up has got two different meanings. It means to make tidy. This is something mothers usually say to or tell their children, to clear up their rooms. Okay, so make the room tidier. And this is a very factual and very yes, common meaning. There is also another meaning which is more, say it is figurative. It means to clarify something, to make something clearer. I know, I'll clear it up for you. I will explain it to you better in details. Okay, I will try and make things clear for you. So obviously I'm talking about a topic, okay, and this is obviously figurative. Now, I move away from my whiteboard, as you always ask me to do, so you can take a screenshot or something, or take notes about the verbs here. You have to remind that obviously these verbs, okay, or these opportunities are not the only ones. Even concerning these verbs, there are always other opportunities, but this is a good selection, and I think this is all for today. And well, you can have something to remember here. Then we will meet again with the second, a third, a fourth and a fifth video about this topic, about phrasal verbs. We'll see more or less 20 verbs in each lesson, in each tutorial, so you will have a consistent, a good number of phrasal verbs, okay, after this small series of videos. As per usual, I'm asking you, please, to leave me a like if you actually have liked the video, and or eventually to leave me a comment. It is very important for me to have your feedback, especially when I'm doing something like this, because now I'm starting to create this videos which are all connected with one another, and I need to know if you are actually interested in this kind of lesson. It's important for me to know how or if I should actually focus on one topic or another. So your opinion is actually very important for me. So please subscribe my channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget about clicking on the bell to have notifications, to get notifications and news from the channel. You know that, probably know that my channel has different playlists, and each playlist is a course, okay? This is obviously English grammar, English language. There is also English literature, there is also American literature, there is Italian for foreigners. There are many different courses, so you may find also other topics. If you're interested maybe in other languages, then I'm here for you. So thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for your support, your writing and leaving comments from all over the world. Thank you so very much, and see you again very soon with English grammar and also with our new friends, the phrasal verbs. Bye!